Yo, man, we back with another episode of the ELab podcast, man. We got us another special guest in the building today. One of the best players to come through the University of Kentucky basketball program. And when I say that, I'm including men or women. One of the best basketball players to come through the University of Kentucky basketball program. We talking two-time All-American, two-time All-Defensive Team, two-time SEC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, first round draft pick to the LA Sparks. She's a top 2 scorer all time in Kentucky women's basketball program. And she was a Kentucky Hall of Famer. So, A1, Adia Mathies, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, EJ. I appreciate the intro.
Yeah.
That was a hell of an intro. I like that.
Right, that was a good intro.
What? You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I was hesitant. I was very hesitant to include that two-time all-defensive team because I was like, had they seen the buckets I was giving Adia back in that day? Had they seen them that bag I had? I need them to reconsider. I need them because you might have got one. But the way I was,
I got to hear from her, man. EJ be talking a lot of stuff, man. I don't know if it's true or not, man.
You know what EJ would do? But because EJ, he's known for like the rec center and being our practice guy and all this other stuff. But EJ, he really couldn't get buckets like that. He would just start jumping high. You know, the shit that we couldn't do nothing with. He just start flying in the air. Yeah, it's like, well, I
just needed somebody with some hops.
Yeah, that's it. But if you were talking about skill like that, we get EJ the Blues. Crazy. Him and your whole crew. I love them. I love the practice guys though. They were so cool.
That's facts. We definitely got smooth. It was definitely smooth. See Adia, you, Amani, Amber, Victoria, y'all the reason I have such a different view about women's basketball, bro. Like I stood in front of it and I was like, listen, bro, I done played against the men's team and I done played against the women. That shit ain't sweet. It ain't sweet, bro. So if you think I can just bump her and I can out physical Amani Franklin, all right, you in for it. You in for it if you thinking you just gonna bump her and stop her from scoring. You feel me? So y'all is why I want people to know that she is one of the reasons why I value women's basketball. This lady right here, one of the best to ever do it, man. Yeah, man. So anyway, man, I ain't giving you no more props, man. Let's get into it. Come on, man. Look, so I wanted to start like this, Adia, man. So who put the ball in your hands, man? How did you first get into playing basketball, bro?
It's easy. It's my dad, Mr. Johnny Mathies. He put the ball in all of our hands. He used to play back in the day. Won a state championship with Shawnee High School here in Louisville when he was a junior. So just been a part of the whole time. Did a little bit of college too. So he loved the game. My family loved the game, and he taught us all his kids how to play, and we made a real name for ourselves here in Louisville as far as basketball.
Okay, that's what. So how many siblings you got, Adia?
I got 2. I got an older brother and an older sister.
Okay. Did your brother hoop? Then am I tripping? Am I missing?
We all hooped. We all hooped.
Family.
Yeah, my brother, he played. He played for Mill High School. He went on to play 1 year at Dixie State, but went to Creighton for 3 years. Went out of the country.
I knew that.
Yeah, and then my brother played. My sister played with me my whole career essentially until college. So yeah.
Okay. Who the coldest? Who the coldest out of everybody? And your dad.
I didn't get to see him play, so I can't say him. But I would say myself. But I think we all got our own different like skill sets. Like my sister's the best defender that I feel like I've ever went against. And that's why I became so good. I had to go against her on defense every day. And then also, my brother, he got his own bag. He made his own way. He did his own thing. He got his own name. And everybody around the city, they know who Johnny Mathies is. Kentucky All-Star too. So
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. I was watching some of your old stuff. Is it true that you played varsity basketball starting in the 6th grade? Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does that work? How did that happen?
6th grade?
Yeah, 6th grade. Yeah. I think the school that we went to, we ended up stumbling into like me and my sister stumbled into another couple girls that was like decent at ball from around the neighborhood or whatever. And this is in middle school, and they had previously had like one player. She was in 8th grade, and she went up and played for the high school level. That was the local that team wasn't that good, so it wasn't like we was playing against on the premier team in the city. So we would have the fortunate event to just play for somebody who the team that wasn't that good, and we was really good. And so we just kind of got a head start. And so I was starting in 6th grade for the varsity team. And shit, by the time 8th grade came around, I was player of the year. So
8th grade?
Yeah. In the
man.
So what's happening? So why did you? So this is what I'm missing out here. What happened? Was you like hooping in middle school, and they was like, "No, she's too good. She need to come up and play with us in high school," or like how do you skip 6th grade and go to literally? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the?
I mean, we still had a whole middle school schedule, so we did both. So we played all our middle school games, but also just the high school that was around right in that area. Didn't have a great program. It had folded a few years before. One of the coaches. It's literally crazy. It's not a crazy story, but one of the coaches, the head coach of Iroquois, I went to elementary school with his son. So he kind of seen me play already at that time. So some way, somehow ended up at this my neighborhood school. And the coach there, he had already had the other player kind of playing up. And so, but he seen our talent, me, my sister, and a couple other players. And they were just like, just bring them on. We'll like that. We'll like that. We'll like that.
Okay.
It's legal.
Damn.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, okay, I got you. Program was just bad. We was like, listen, y'all, he got you and your sister, right? Both of y'all.
He got us too. He got a couple more. Like we stumbled across a group of us that were just colder than everybody else. Like we didn't lose a middle school basketball game in the 3 years that we was in middle school. And then we was also playing up in high school and stuff. And so it was just kind of a fortunate situation that it just kept going and going and it became a thing. So we were an entity. All of us together, but I eventually kind of, branched out and had a little bit longer career. So
fair. So are you playing AAU too at this time? Are you playing AAU up when you're in the 6th grade, or do you wait until you're, I guess, 8th grade maybe?
Well, me, no, we didn't play much AAU just in general, even through high school. It wasn't a big AAU thing. Didn't know how big the circuit was. We did a little bit, however much money would allow, me and my family and situation to be able to go. So we didn't do a lot of AAU, but we did do a couple of things. We definitely, the one I remember mostly is the Boo Williams circuit up and down in Atlanta. Did that a couple of times. Went to Vegas one time. That was later in like sophomore and before senior year, but not a lot of AAU either. So
I got you. No, it's cool. No. So who you play with when you at this Boo Williams? Because Boo, what's funny, Boo Williams actually where I'm at. I'm in Virginia Beach. Boo Williams got a gym up in Newport News. That's like his actual location. He's from out here. So, but I know a lot of really good talent goes through the Boo Williams program. Keontae George and all those guys. There's a lot of guys from out here that play in that. So when you play Boo Williams, is that just with Iroquois? Is that just with your high school team?
No, I think it was with AAU. So we went out there either individually or we went there as a team and had just games at their gyms or whatever. So all that stuff at some point it started running all together. Like if it was individual, if we was there for a team, like after so many games you be hooping when you out there, it's kind of like because you got summer ball with your basketball team, you do have travel stuff, and you got AAU stuff. If you do that, you got individual camps that you might want to go to. And then, I mean, I'm not 25, I'm 35. So it's like, when I was 15, we was doing all that. But yeah, definitely, I remember those 2 times because I didn't travel a lot. So going to Boo Williams in Atlanta, it was a big thing. So yeah.
You making me feel old, man. We old, man. It's making me feel old. That's crazy.
We old-ish. We cool. Nah, hell no. We still on the upside.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Life expectancy 75, 80. We still on the up.
Yeah, that is true.
So
that's a fact.
Don't call me old yet.
I know it. Look, tell me this. So what happened with your because I saw that every year you was in Iroquois. I think y'all went to the Sweet 16.
Hey, Iroquois.
I'm sorry, y'all know. I'm
Iroquois. I don't know.
Come on, man. Let me live.
Indian, man. Come on, man.
Say it again for me. Iroquois.
It's like the Native American tribe, like Iroquois and stuff like that.
All right, got you. Iroquois. Tell me this. So while you were there though, y'all went to the Sweet 16 dagner every year except 2008. What happened in that if you remember what happened in that 2008 year? Because you didn't make the all tournament team too. I didn't know if you.
No, we didn't make it to state. So we wasn't during that time. It was pretty much 2 legit teams that was probably gonna make it out of 6th region. More than likely us, but also Butler. Butler's been an established program in Louisville. Before I was born, while I was born, after they won championships all through it, so they was always good. So that season we had got there my 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade year, and then a lot of stuff changed. And then my junior year, which is the year that they beat us in the regional championship, they ended up going to state. Yeah, it was a down to the wire, last second tip in by the great Tia Gibbs, who's another Louisville legend. She went to go play at Vanderbilt, but then transferred to U of L, played the rest of her career there. So yeah, it was just a hard fought game that we lost. We gonna talk about the rest, but yeah, man.
I ain't mad. Yeah, look. So now that since you've been playing there since 6th grade, do you lead them in like all your statistical categories, like points, steals? Do you lead your high school and everything essentially?
Probably points and rebounds for sure. I told you my sister was a dog on the defensive end, so I believe she probably got the steals, even though I was very good myself. But just overall, I would give that nod to her. And a lot of people don't know, like I was a post player all the way up until I got to college. So until I got to UK, I was in the post, elementary, middle, high school. So I mean, I was outside hooping. Like N1 was still a part of my coach, so I still had to handle. I could still do all that, but I didn't have the experience of playing in the post. So assist and stuff, I don't think I got the assist, record or whatever. They're usually looking at me to rebound and to score the points. So, yeah.
Adia, that just
and blocks
more.
Though.
Yeah, blocks. That just confuses me more because you're in the 6th grade. And how big are these people? Like,
that's what I want to know too. Like, what's the size and stuff? Man,
I mean, well, I'm only 5'9". I mean, probably 6th grade. I'm probably like 5'7", 5'8". But again, I'm at a program that ain't got much. And even in just Kentucky and just women's basketball in general, like unless you at a certain place that just got a lot of people, with a lot of height and a lot of size, like that wasn't the thing, especially not in Louisville. Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might have a player or two on each team that's like that, but it ain't 6 foot, 6'4", 6'5", 6'2", 6'1", 5'11". No. So we had a lot of smaller people.
Yeah, that is true. When I was in high school, because I'm 5'9", I was playing the 2 and the 3 and stuff. I knew I wasn't about to go to the next level. I'm like, it is what it is.
Hey, that's funny, Zell. Wait, Zell, I thought you played point guard. You said you played 2 and a 3.
I mean, I was like, my handles weren't like that. So once I learned how to dribble my left hand, I was cool. But other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I was a defensive guy, you know what I'm saying? So they put me out with the best scores and stuff. I can defend and stuff like that, but the offense, I'm like K's teammates right now, man. They need some help.
Fair enough. Hey, so look, A1, tell me this. So now, what did it mean to you? Because you just got put in the Hall of Fame for your high school. What, like 2023? That wasn't too long ago. What did that mean to you to get put into the Hall of Fame?
Well, that Hall of Fame, it wasn't for Iroquois. No, that was the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
so
even
better. That was the Hall of Fame. I feel like that was the last big interview that I did. But Iroquois. No, I was in the Hall of Fame while I was still there. It was a lot of talent. Like people ain't going to Iroquois for in general, but also definitely not for basketball. So it's like kind of, and all that we did, it was like But no, that was the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame, man. Man, that meant a lot. It was odd because I was the only one close to even my age there. Like a lot of them that got inducted were like the older, was older. I had a couple people that played my dad that was getting inducted and stuff like that. So I'm the only 30-year-old even in there. So it's like
that's big right there.
But I like it, and I loved it just because, I got to experience it while I'm still here, still young enough to get your flowers. And I mean, I'm not old and feeling kind of older, not old, but older and feeling, just kind of, not revered while you still young and present and still can handle all that and like it. So, yeah.
I feel that. And you and your pops got put in at the same time?
No, not my dad. Some of his teammates that was on the team.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. I got you. That's still pretty dope.
That would be nice,
that is dope though. Because it's like dope. Basically you can tell, like, what I'm saying, kids, nieces, nephews, all that type of stuff. You can see like, hey, a lot of times we say like, hey, I was a man back in high school, but you can't really show it and show your accolades. But there you go, right there.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say you might be able to still hoop, but I don't think you can hoop. Can you still hoop, Adi?
I don't. I ain't hooped in so long. I feel like if I gave it a real try, then yeah, because certain stuff is just gonna stick with you. But the biggest thing is being in the conditioning, also just having the strength to like do that. Like and what turned ankle, it ain't healing the way it used to heal.
Bruh.
That's true.
We be talking about that all the time, bro. Like when Yaxel for the Michigan played for Michigan, he rolled his ankle. We was like, oh, he'll be all right. Normally you roll your ankle when you 23, 20. Oh man, that's cool. Tie my shoes up. I'm playing. He went to the back. He done sat out, missed games. They like he playing hurt. I'm like, man, shut. That's come with it. That's come with it. Man.
For real.
But, yeah, man. But anyway, so now 2009, right? You win Miss Basketball of Kentucky, man. How many schools, or when do you actually start to get your offers to play college ball? You know what I mean?
Well, then, because a lot of stuff has changed. I don't even know what has changed since then and now. They're getting paid and stuff, so the situation ain't even the same. But I was getting mine very early in high school, maybe even late middle school. Like they would send a lot of letters. They come letters. A lot of them have questionnaires, and I'm just like, I'm not filling out these questionnaires. I'm not doing that. But that's how they come. They show vague interest because I can't do much. But them things came early on, and I had drawers full of just letters, and didn't really have space in the house. But I'm making space for them letters just because it make you feel good when you see all these people got their interest in you and want you to play, sending you multiple things, trying to get you to come to their school. So
that's real. Yeah. So why tell me this? So why you end up because you from the Ville, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. For the people who listening, you may not. We didn't say this. We were talking about this beforehand. Adia from Louisville, man. She's straight out of the city. You feel me? And going to Kentucky, that's kind of you going to the ops, man. I mean, it's red and blue for real. That's it. Right. So yeah. So let me ask you this first before I ask you why, because I was going to ask you why you chose Kentucky. But was there any pressure or maybe backlash for you even considering it, or like was there pressure from Louisville for you for them to come in like want you to go to Louisville? Like was Louisville somebody looking for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was 3 teams in general that was like, on me to commit to their school, and that was University of Louisville, University of Kentucky, and the University of Florida. So yeah, I would go to the games because Louisville's right here. I'm in Louisville, so I can easily go to a game, see the women, kind of be around in some sort of capacity. Lexington's close. But I would still have to drive down there to start seeing it. So when it came more to kind of like the recruiting kind of situation, I was just going back and forth. I couldn't travel to Florida. I couldn't go there. I can only go on an official visit. But then also by that time that I'm trying to make my choice, I'm not trying to go anywhere where, my parents wouldn't really be able to see me or support me in the way that I, wanted them to. They tapped into everything. I told you my dad put the ball in my hands, and he made his way on every coaching staff that the team I was on. So elementary, he found his way to be around for me and my sister. Middle school, high school, same with my brother. He was all involved in all that stuff. So then going off to college and being away, it was kind of like anybody was trying to go halfway across the water out of states where they can't support it, because they hear it every game. They in there. They love it. They got to be watchful of me and my basketball journey. So
I got you. So it sounded like you chose Kentucky because it was far enough away from home, but like not too far.
Yep. I didn't want to be in Louisville. No. I was like, I could change the scenery. Let me get this out of there. And then also it's a couple of factors because Rondo is from the city, but he went away to Oak Hill, but then he went to UK too. So see that it can be done. I mean, you can't have a life by going to other states. But then also, when I was getting recruited, when I'm heading to college, we was coming off the Angel McCoughtry era. And I don't know if y'all remember Angel McCoughtry. If you're not a hooper and you don't know who Angel, you're not a hooper if you don't know who Angel McCoughtry is. And she went to U of L. And what Angel did at U of L, it's like, I'm following it right up. But then also, she already got my initials. This is like, this is crazy. I was like, hey. So it's like it's not me running from it, but it's like I don't feel UK had that long-standing history on the women's side with basketball, so it's like it's a good option there. And I know like it's a state school, so they're gonna take care of you while you're there and whatever else, So that's what I was fed. So I was like, that's real. I'm cool with that.
It's funny, man. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but it's funny to hear you say you didn't want to, be behind angel, but at the same time, you created a legacy that was really hard to be behind as well. You know? So I imagine some girls probably felt the same way, like, golly, out of there. You feel me? You feel me? But this was what was interesting to me about it is like, so because you got the UK a year after I did, and the year I got there, you know, Billy Gillespie was there. Kentucky basketball was still good, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't Calipari. You know, let's just be real. It was still good, but it wasn't Calipari. So in 2009, when John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, DeMarcus Cousins, that whole class come in, you come in as well, right? You are just as big of a pick as them, and I don't know if people remember that. Like, how do you come in just as big? It was. You don't think so?
Well, men's basketball is just a bigger entity, so it's
facts.
He was 1 year number one picks, and it's like that ain't gonna be my life trajectory. So it's like, but I feel like when I came there and what that brought, because the women's team was now we good. Like, so you got all the attention from John Wall and Calipari and DeMarcus and EB and all them people, like. But now we good too, so it's just an even bigger talking point about Kentucky basketball, and that was the beauty of it. Like, I came in there and we turned that up too.
That's what I was gonna ask you. See, and that's what I was gonna ask. Did you feel any pressure from the men's side? But I was really just talking about from the women's side that helped turn the program around, because I know Vic. That's when you got Vic and Amber too. So what's up?
Yeah, no, I didn't feel any pressure. I didn't know what to expect. Like, nobody that I knew of have really went to. I didn't know anybody personally that had already like went to an experience going to a Power 5 Division I school as a top like a maybe WNBA prospect or just the Player of the Year and stuff like that. I didn't know anybody, so it was originally I wasn't even supposed to be a starter. So it was supposed to be Amber, who's a junior, Carly Morrow, who's at the 2 as a junior, Monty at the 3, who's a senior. And then they was going to have Vic at the 4 as a junior, and then have our freshman Anna Cole, who was the 6'7", right here, to kind of be that person back there. So I wasn't even supposed to be started. I was supposed to be coming behind Monty, technically. But that didn't work out. Our post player didn't work out. It wasn't a good player. She ended up leaving after a year. And so he just shifted everybody kind of like out and inserted me in the 3. And then that's how it all kind of, built. So it wasn't even like really no pressure for me, really. When I came in,
people go. Oh, you about to say something? Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing to say yet.
Man, listen, people don't understand. See, because let me paint the picture, bro. When they go small, you got to understand. Victoria is also a 2-time SEC Player of the Year. So you throw Vic at the 5, Amani, Adia, Carly, who's the shooter, and Amber, bro. That's heavy press, bro. I don't think people understand. That's heavy press on bucket. Amani's one of my favorite players, period. I really just like the way she get buckets. But with you, her, bro, it was pretty much pick your poison. And Amber was Amber's very, like, she's a floor general. She ain't necessarily got to score to be effective. She don't need to score. She's the energy. You feel what I'm saying? So, bro, that's so let me ask you this. So what is Coach Mitchell's selling point to you? Because again, now you saying you coming in, you wasn't even expecting to start. So I'm surprised that you would even choose Kentucky, knowing that you coming off the bench and being the caliber player that you are. So what was his pitch to get you to actually come there? Was it about fit? Was it about winning? What was it?
No, actually, it wasn't really no pitch. I made that decision on my own. The recruiting process was nothing about them. It was about me. And it wasn't no thing where I knew I was coming off the bench. I think that's looking at the personnel that was had, and you got, your senior Imani, and what she can do. Just that's how he wanted to coach until he seen that wasn't effective. I'm guessing anymore. The 2 previous years, it wasn't that great, and it started off not great that season too. So you switch it up out of necessity. And it's fortunate for him that it ended up being that way. So but no, it wasn't no selling points. It was just me making my decision for myself and what I wanted to do. And not knowing what to expect. So they all gonna say, like, we need you, we want you, or whatever. But once you get there, a lot of people are highly recruited. You know what I mean?
No, that's valid. That's valid. So that's valid. Everybody, you're right. Everybody, they just want you to get here. I learned that from Christian Landis interview we did with Indiana. They recruited him, number 1 point guard in the country. He get there and they ain't even playing him for like 20 games. He didn't get no burn. So I get you. They just want you to get here. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. So let me ask you this. Now, if NIL was a factor, if Louisville was to offer you that bread, would you have went to Louisville?
I don't know. I still feel the same. Because I feel like they always gonna offer me bread. And I can go with the highest offer, but I mean at that point, like now you ain't even thinking about the game as much because you're thinking about the money. But that is also important where I always speak about people don't realize that as far as women's basketball, when we was hooping, we really love the game because even if we made it to the WNBA, this ain't no $1 million contract. This ain't no thing that's gonna change my family life. Once I get there, you got to build that, and it's got to be sustained for over time. And most of your money comes from overseas at that time too. So it's like this ain't even a thing that you can be like, this is a good life that I'm trying to attain to, so I can take care of myself and my family. Nah, we really love it. So
that's valid. That's valid. I mean, I think $100,000 might have been the highest contract back then, 2012, 2013.
I think a little over 100 something, maybe 2.
It was like 100 something. Yeah, it was like slightly higher than I remember. I remember like the middle of the run being like teacher salary. It was like 45, 50,000. To where because like you said, most summers all the WNBA players was going overseas and making really good money.
Well, summers is the season, but so the fall, like when the fall and early spring, fall, winter, early spring, that's when we was overseas. So
got you. I got you. Okay, but look, let me ask you this. So now you get to Kentucky. What do you think allowed you to make immediate impact? Because you came out the gates. I mean, you was good from freshman year until you left. So what do you think allowed you to have impact as a freshman?
I think once he switched to the style of play that I was already accustomed to, so the full court pressing, the run and jump, you know what I mean, all that fast paced stuff. That's what I did in middle school and high school. That was our team's situation too, because we was on the side. I told you I played the post, so we was on the sides too, and so it was that running and jumping thing. But then also just because I was able to play the post, you know, defending bigger people, been able to rebound well, been able to play defense, but also still having, as I said, like guard-like ability to handle the ball. Just because I grew up playing 21. I know 21 is everybody for themselves. You know what I mean? So you got it. And I played around guys. It wasn't a whole bunch of girls outside hooping. I'm around guys. So that's how I got good. So that handle and all that stuff is because I got my reflexes come from playing against dudes the whole time I'm growing up, but then also playing against my sister, who, as I'm gonna keep on saying, is probably the best defender out there. I mean, she just
I just don't like you disrespecting me like that. That's the thing. I feel disrespected when you say. I feel disrespect because you know you're right. I won't even talk about
I was already good by the time I got there, man. How you think I got to the Miss Basketball? Like, yeah, you didn't take
that's
that
fair.
from me. Like y'all did y'all thing. Y'all help us run our offense better.
I'm talking about strapping you up. I'm talking about strapping you up. I ain't talking about you getting good. I'm talking about putting you in the box out there.
I think they can, but also you gotta remember, like I had to handle, but I didn't have to practice. I wasn't a guard, so what I could have probably been if I had 7 years of guard play and going against people at that position, it kind of probably would have changed it, but I didn't. And I really getting to that place where I'm the main ball handler, I'm making the decisions and all this other stuff instead of being a person who's just scoring. It didn't come until I got there. So you know that could have been part of the reason why they're trying to fit me in how they can, because it's a whole different situation. Way quicker, they were stronger. Everything's different. So
yeah, that's true. Go ahead, Zay, my bad.
Yeah, so basically like he was saying how you had an immediate impact at UK. Was there any like type of like welcome to like the SEC moment of like that you really was like, oh, I'm here type moment? You know, like from back in the day, women's basketball, Tennessee has always been elite with Pat Summitt and stuff like that. But I feel like maybe when you got it, it was probably kind of coming out of that phase where you kind of was making it Notre Dame, those other schools. But did you have any moments like in your whole entire or maybe your freshman year where you was like, oh, I'm here now, this is one of the moments?
Well, I felt like I was here. It probably would have came against, I think, Arkansas my freshman year. Well, my first SEC game, we lost to Georgia in overtime down in Georgia. So that was tough. So I was sad. I was really sad because that 9-conference schedule, we had won all our games. That was our first loss. That was the first SEC loss. So I'm like, yeah, you know, like this is how it's gonna be. Different. Yeah, it did. That loss sucked. So it kind of wake you up too. But then as I got into that mode and playing conference teams, having a big breakout game where it's like that shot is falling and all the stuff you've done non-conference in the summertime and the beginning of this SEC year, it kind of all blends together for the first time where I had like, I don't know, I scored like 28, 29 that game. Then we got the win. So it's like, okay, good. And this was on the road. And it is SEC. So it's like, okay, I feel like I'm here. I feel like, you know, I can do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's real. That's real, man.
It had some real comp though back then though. So yeah.
Edmonton, yeah. Tennessee was that team too. Like we lost to Tennessee in the SEC championship my freshman year and my sophomore year. So Tennessee was still Tennessee when I got there. Pat Summitt was still there, and they were still doing their thing down in the SEC. So it was a lot of losses at the hands of Tennessee, but I got some dubs too, so that I'm okay with that.
That's valid. Adam Hurley in the comments, he said, when did Adia play? Adia was at UK from what, 2009 to 12? How long you said?
13.
3 or 4 years? 13,
oh, yeah,
2009, 2013. You did all 4, yeah. Adia was there for 2009, 2013, man. Let me ask you this. So with that being said, what do you think, which season was your best season to you?
It would probably have to be my junior year. It was my junior year. It was we had left away from the older people when you talked about Amber and Carly and Monty and Vic and all of them. Vic 2-time player of the year. It was they're gone. And then so now it's ushering in kind of my time to be the kind of center of it. And Amber had got hurt, so she ended up spilling over to that season, which kind of was a good bridge between how the old things go and how kind of the new way goes. Because that was the year they pushed back the 3-point line. That was the year that they put that little semicircle in front of the basket where the charge circle. Yeah. That was the first year of all that. Because before then, you could pack the paint. You kind of, it was kind of tough to get in there to score. And that's what it's the beauty of learning how the game has evolved, because my game evolved because the rules of the game evolved. And that happened mid career. So that kind of just took it off. And I feel like it was the time I just kind of was able to just go out there and be a focal point. And then just really start getting buckets. And I won SEC Player of the Year, and we won the SEC outright that year. So regular season. So.
That's tough. Y'all went Sweet 16 that year too, right?
Elite Eight. Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all was hooping. So why'd you end up? Because you don't have to stay. You could have went your third year, right? You could have went to the league your third year. Why'd you decide to come back? Or y'all go ahead?
I don't even remember if we could leave after 3. And if we could, more times than not, it's not even, like, as I said, it's not no life-changing amount of money. So I think the big thing with the women's players is getting that degree. That's what it's supposed to be in. Getting a degree to kind of help you after you play, or if you play or not, to go and have a successful, sustainable life, ahead. Yeah. So yeah.
What was that? So now we get into your senior year with 2013, and you're getting ready for the WNBA draft. Do you know, like, when do they start, I guess, projecting you to be a lottery pick? Like, when do you start, you know what I'm saying? When do you start to realize, like, or think that I can really go and do this at the highest level? You know what I mean?
For me, wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't like that. Growing up, like, that was my goal, like, I want to play in the WNBA. But along the journey, it kind of faded away for me. I'm not saying it's a lot of people, but it's kind of like, I got to get a degree. You know what I mean? I got to do this. Like, I'm good, but you just never know if you're going to be, how good you're going to be. If you got an injury, you hear all of this. And they always talk about being a student before you the athlete. And so I always took that serious too, and thinking that if anything else fails, let me make sure I get my, degree or whatever. So I didn't even know if that was going to be a legit, prospect, because it was only 144 people in the world that plays in the WNBA. 144. That's it. So it's like, you think you're gonna be one of, it's kind of like it's a tough process. Yeah. And so I didn't even think about, I kind of considered really what I could be. It wasn't until after my junior season when I had won the SEC Player of the Year, and then Shakina Strickland for Tennessee went number 2 overall. And I'm just like, oh, I just won Player of the Year over the number 2 draft pick. That was what I was thinking. I was just like, I might can go next year. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was the first time I even had that thought in my mind, like, this is
like reality right there.
Yeah. So that was it. I wasn't prepping for it. I wasn't like, I'm gonna be the coldest ever. I'm going to it. That wasn't it.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. So, but let me ask you this though. So when you get there, let me rephrase that. Before you get there, how many teams do you work out for? Is it the same as the NBA where they have you come in, they call you, do an interview, and talk to you, and have you, go through some
I don't
drills
know
and
what
stuff?
other people's process was. I don't think I projected to go in the first round. All of that was a surprise, a shock to me.
What?
I think they was picking me like high second round, like the first pick or second round, second pick. I think that was I thought because I wasn't even invited to the draft. So I was not there. So it wasn't a thing where it's like, definitively she did this and this is the case. But also I came from a deep class. I was in the class with Brittany Griner, Elena Deladon, Skylar Diggins, like Kelsey Bone, all of us. We was in the same class. So, like 2-time SEC player of the year is great, but we got, once in a lifetime kind of like players too that's all in this draft too. And it was just kind of deep. So I went where I went, got to the Sparks, and man, I was thoroughly happy. It was surreal. I'm like, hey, man.
No, you're right. I just had to look up that list again. Yeah, Brittany Griner, Della Don, Skylar Diggins, Taylor Hill. Jeez, okay. Yeah, it was some heat. My bad. Was you about to say something, Dozell?
Not because I know you was talking about the whole like the workout process and stuff like that, but like for me, like when I'm watching women's basketball, I know I watch the tournament on whether it's Monday, Tuesday, and the draft is like Wednesday and Thursday. Was it like that? It was like that. I know this year I think it might have been like either the next week or something. I think they kind of changed it, but I'm noticing like it's always like very close by. Then next week's the WNBA season, so for you to like go to the college basketball meeting WNBA so quick, like how was that? I feel like it's a quick jump.
It's very quick. There's no time to prepare, physically and mentally, because you just got off of your 4-year career. And so there's a lot of, and sometimes 5 for people, sometimes 6. So it's a lot of like energy that you put into being a college basketball player. And when that ends, you don't really have time to kind of like take whatever the next step is going to be, take that in, because it's immediately like I got picked up by, LA, and then LA's calling, shout out to Kari Fix. She was our, I think, Delbo at the time, but she had way more of a role than that in our situation. But she played in WNBA. She played for LA too as well, so she had a good career. And so she started. I guess they talked to each other, and she started giving me certain drills that I would do, and to kind of maybe help me flow in being in the offense of the LA system, where I can get my shots, or where plays I should be looking forward to, maybe that's coming up. But it was so quick, maybe like a couple weeks, and so I'm graduating. I'm already in training camp, flying back. Like I'm already there. It's already starting, so you don't get time to kind of
take it all in.
Take it in. Chill for a second at any moment, and just kind of like it kept going. So
yeah,
I feel like that's just too quick though. I just feel like when you think about the men's sport, it's like the men's and women's basically college. It ends at around the same time, so it's like they get this long process to prepare for the draft and they got the summer league and you got preseason. So it's like they get this long time to prepare for. I mean, I get it's 82 games and stuff like that, but still, it's like they get more time to prepare. And as for women, it's just like they just throw them out there and just like let's see what y'all can do. And it's just like
I think you're just.
I just feel like they need better preparation with that, honestly.
Well, you just have to compete more, because at the end of the day, like college, they have their own entities with the corporations of these schools. So like all the boosters, all the money that's funded into college. So you competing against college women's basketball, who got a big following because it's a school. You got men's college basketball, and you got the NBA all playing around at the same time of the year. Now you're trying to add in WNBA at the same time. So I feel like it works when it comes to having visibility for the women's game, to have it over the summer or close to that. But it is that very difficult to transition right from ending this and going right into that. So I get it, but it's still very, very difficult. It takes a special person to be able to take that all
in. Yeah,
no, that's real. So look, so now you get to the Sparks. I mean, the Sparks, I think they went to the finals or conference finals the year before you got there. Is it was it a good thing or a bad thing that you got drafted to a team that was kind of already established?
I think that limited my ability to kind of like make mistakes or have a learning curve, because everybody's like, they hoop. I was on arguably one of the best teams, I feel like, with WNBA players ever. With a lot of legends on the team that I was playing for. So if I went to a team that wasn't that great, I would have had time to kind of be the focal point, to kind of learn and not feel like I don't know if I was gonna make the team. Like you get drafted, but you don't know if you're gonna make that team. Even as a first round draft pick, they might have kept me because maybe an investment of it all, but it wasn't it wasn't a lot, and I didn't know if I was gonna make the team. So I think playing with Candace and NECA and Christy Tolliver, Marissa Coleman, Elena Beard, Lindsey Harden, Jantel Lavender, Ebony Hoffman, like all these people. I'm just like, and me, I wasn't even like a student of the game like that until I got to be in their presence to realize like, nah, I'm hooping with some women who's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. I'm hooping with Candace Parker, who's arguably one of, if not the best, WNBA basketball player ever. And these are my teammates, so it's like that's a lot to take on, like from little old me. I watched y'all on TV, cause like it didn't even like no idolization. It's kind of like I don't know what's going on here. This is a lot.
Like you said, not to take in. You just was in Kentucky in Lexington like last week,
and I'm still at home. Like I'm from Kentucky. Like I'm from little. You know what I mean? Nobody talking about Louisville like that, or talking about Kentucky in general like that. So it's like I'm coming to LA, which is LA. And I'm just like I was in culture shock. I didn't know what to do or what's happening or what's going on. So yeah,
that's valid. That's valid. No, I get you. So what was Elena Beard and Lindsey Harden? Were these guys or girls? I'm sorry. Were these women like were they embracing you or were they kind of like off-put? Was it like an off-putting type of thing because you're coming in trying to take their spots? Like what was it like as the new guy on the block? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't like that. Everybody was very loving. Everybody was very open. I was very quiet and reserved. I didn't say much. And so I think for them, it was kind of like, I was the mystery. It was like, what this little one over here, what you doing trying to get me into certain stuff because, like, I am trying to take your spot. But honestly, I just want to be a part of the team. Like, I'm cool. Yeah. I don't want to be like feeling like I'm beneath y'all regardless I'm a rookie because I never experienced that type of like, you rookie, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that type of a thing. But I definitely was just like, I was happy to be there. Like, come on, man. I'm looking at Candace Parker. I'm looking at Christy Tolliver and Marissa Coleman. I used to watch playing for Rutgers on TV. I watched this as a young hooper growing up. And they're not much older than me, but it was still very, intriguing. So for me, I was just out there just trying to hoop and trying to, fit in, receive coaching because all this stuff is political. So it's not even about me and like trying to shine or nothing like that. It was just, I'm just happy to be here, man. Who would have thought like little me from South side of Louisville is the one who's here? Not like I'm trying to be here and I'm the new woman in the park. Like nah, it's like
yeah. I got you. Go ahead, Zay. What's up, man?
Yeah, so I know like playing for like even though the Sparks is the women's team of LA and stuff like that. It's still the Staples Center. Like, how was it just to play in that iconic arena? Like, were it like any starstruck moments where you've seen people in the crowd or even just out in the street, just during your off time and stuff like that? Just like, how was it playing in the Staples Center? Just how was it just being in the city of LA itself?
Being in the city of LA was amazing. Like I loved it. I grew to love it because again, I was quiet, I was reserved. A lot of people call me introverted. Some people call me a mute at times. Like I wasn't a woman of many words then. And so like I had to grow into like just being willing to be out there and get out there. And no, I'm not starstruck over anybody. Like that's not in my reality. I feel like I'm too cool to be fanning out over anybody like that. Because I went to school with John Wall my freshman year. I went to school with the Mark Cousins. They own celebrities too, and so I got to experience that, but also kind of be a part of it too, where I see me up on billboards and stuff like that. So, and also I think my junior year or somewhere sophomore junior year, that was also a lockout. So I seen KD and the rest of them up in UK like on some open runs and stuff. So all that those people
they sleep on them runs. You're right.
Yeah, it was lockout. So they was in UK, Calipari outlet. Like we already know what's up.
I remember.
So I seen people, but yeah. So by the time I got to LA, I wasn't like that. I'm not like that anyway. So it was amazing just being there. Having an apartment close to the beach, having a free car, experiencing LA, going to comedy shows, and just being a part of the culture and the weather and everything that's out there. I definitely loved it, but it was all love. So yeah, I appreciate the experience.
Nah, that's real. I forgot because we was at school. I mean, looking back when we was in the moment, it didn't feel like it. But looking back, bro, everybody we knew was celebrities. We was in school.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis was there. Willie Cauley-Stein was there.
Yep.
Everybody was. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
MK, Brandon
it's
Knight.
like the
Yep,
way she
be nice.
said it. I didn't really realize that because even like we had like free concerts where we got Drake, we got J. Cole, we got
Drake was
these
our
people
freshman year.
walking the campus and stuff.
Was literally at Midnight Madness taking pictures with Drake. And he performed at our homecoming, like, and brought Trey songs out. So it was pretty cool. It was already cool, but I'm like, dang, this is how college is. It probably wasn't. It was the era and time that we was there. It was like, this is crazy.
I didn't realize at the time though, but now thinking about it, I'm like, we did, because like we had classes with these people too, like Darius Miller, some of the baseball players, football players, like all that. Man, that was crazy.
Bro, Drake was in the warm-up line at the Big Blue Madness. Remember, he was doing the warm-up line with them. Was, but again, for us, it was just like, this is what the school is like. Bro, when Anthony Davis, when they won the championship, the next day he dropped out of school. He drove a Range Rover to school the very next day.
He did all he needed to do.
He did everything he needed to do. He pulled up the Canes. He pulled up the Canes in the Range. I said, damn. DeMarcus Cousins came. He had some big ass diamonds in his ear. Bro, thinking back,
that season over, and they listen.
That's it.
That whole championship, that was a big time because that was my freshman year. So it's like my freshman year, we ain't got no classes. We just roaming like.
Oh yeah,
it was a great time.
It's crazy. Your in that State Street is crazy.
Yeah,
that's a high bar. That's a high bar. I can't lie. But my bad, man. We reminiscing. My bad. We reminiscing. Let's get back. What's up, audience? So this next question I had, man. So what do you think the biggest difference was between college ball and the SEC and the WNBA?
The WNBA, everybody's great. Right? Everybody's just good. Everybody's great. I told you, it's 144 people across the world that's in this premier league. So all the people that's even in other countries, they want to come and play in the WNBA because of what it is, similar to the NBA. So I think the shot clock went down from 30 seconds to 24 seconds. So that was adjustment. So 6 seconds less every possession. So even more tempo. Everybody's strong. Everybody's big. Everybody got their bag. Everybody been doing this for over 20 years, like at that point. And so everybody's just good. And the people do you think that you should be, can do a little something against because you maybe see them on TV. You like, nah, they do this too for real. And they've been doing it longer than you. So, it's just real quick that you learn like, nah, this takes another step that you probably ain't prepared for. So
so you say prepare for it. Do you feel like when you got there, how did you feel when you were playing? Like did you ever feel like you arrived or you actually had the opportunity to be yourself when you got out there? You know what I mean?
No, not really. I feel like until that point in my career, I felt like the best player on all the teams that I was on. Not necessarily I scored all the most points every season, but vast majority of the time I did score the most points. So I had the most impact, I feel like, on the game until I got there. So getting there and playing with all these legends is kind of like, okay, I got to find my niche. But then also you're trying to catch up to what everybody already knows, and then you got to adhere to kind of what the coaches believe about want you to do, for them. Even if that's not your strongest suit, even if it's not your best ability, but you're trying to do it to make the team. So I think that was just the biggest adjustment, I would say, having to kind of be there. It's like I never felt like I really, arrived. I felt like I had to get through being a young emotional, quiet kid from Kentucky to come to LA and trying to be the woman. I think that's just a tough leap, and I didn't have a lot of time to try to make that leap and adjustment. So
that's real. Yeah. That's real. So why without that being said, why do you think you wasn't able to get? Because did you get another? Let me ask you this: because you in the NBA, the rookie contracts are like at least 3 years, I believe. Mm-hmm. Was your contract just a 1 year deal, or like why weren't you able to get another contract after that with any team, not just with the Sparks?
I'm not 100% sure. I got released, I believe, or sent to Washington for their training camp. But at that time, again, like I think it was just my journey, and I feel like it was less about basketball and more about my mental and emotional state as being a young kid and how I grew up and where I was at. Because right after LA, the culture shock, I was in Slovakia for another culture shock by myself. And again, I'm not talking. So all that stuff was just like, I'm homesick. I don't want to be here. I don't have a family here. I don't have no friends here. I'm away from out of my comfort zone. This ain't fun. I'm not a millionaire. You know, it's like, it's not a thing. It was kind of like, it's like, this is difficult for me. And so even when my first time in Slovakia, I don't feel like I just performed well because it was just a different thing that I wasn't used to and wasn't comfortable with when I was overseas. So I think the LA was just kind of like, you know, we probably gonna try to maybe bring somebody else in that we can kind of, you know, because we got these people. We still got the Candace Parker and all these, you know, NECA and all these people. Like, you know, we're trying to find some other pieces that might fit in. And so I wasn't the person for them, and it has nothing to do with what they did wrong. A lot of stuff what I did wrong, because you know we can only be where we at when we there. You can't be anywhere else.
Yeah.
So
that's real. Hey, listen, I like that. So did you ever feel disrespected or overlooked? Have you ever felt that in your career?
Yeah, I don't like to say much about it, but I felt like you know, when you get to the politics of it, I feel like I should have had a little bit more opportunity when it came to the game, just based on talent when I was in LA. I'm just like all that before. I felt like I was good because I was dominant in so many spaces, but when I got to LA, I feel like I didn't get the opportunities that, you know, I feel like I'm not deserved because they technically don't deserve anything. So like I just don't feel like I got those opportunities and that grace to kind of, you know, become the player that I know that I could have been had I, you know, had a little bit more time. And so, you know, playing other people that I feel like wasn't as talented or giving them more of a pass when they're not doing as good, even though we all play different positions. I think that's the only time I felt that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, that's real, man. That's real. I'm gonna skip around with some of these questions because I got some good stuff, and I don't want to hold you here all night because I got plenty of stuff for you. I don't want to. Sure, man. But I want to say this. So when you look back at your career, man, what do you want people to remember about Adia Mathies?
She was cold. I mean, that's the ultimate sign of the best basketball player, ain't it? Like when somebody say here, I was like, oh, she was cold. Oh, she gave buckets. That's the sign of it. It don't have to be all the accolades, but it's just people's honest. Like if you was really out there hooping with me when we was playing on carts outside, we was playing in trees outside, playing any way I could have a basketball rim. If you was around for that, you know what it was about. If you played against me in elementary school, you know what it was about. You played against me in middle or high school, you know what it was about. You played me in college. Like I want people to just be like, yeah, she was like that. And it one of the coolest thing that happened to me was probably like 5-6 years ago. I can't remember the year, but Don Staley was at still at South Carolina, but they was coming to play UK. I'd already been doing my career and stuff for many years. And Don had now like kind of started becoming Don because Don got there when I was there, but it wasn't South Carolina yet. Yeah. So, you know, so when I came up there, I just want to say hey to her, you know, whatever, like Don is Don. And I was just like, how you doing? Adia Mathies. She was like, I know you used to give us buckets. You used to give us something. Like for me, and I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So you know what I mean? Like I'm good. Like I only got her. She can forget me by now, but just remember her knowing like she remembered what I did, what player I was, and my skill level, just because like she was one of them hoopers herself. So, you know, she knows when the hoop is out there, and I was so appreciative of it at the moment. So. Yeah, man.
That's real. Nah,
that's real. I think that's good though, for real. Because when you think about just anything in life, honestly, it's like we don't really get to see anybody's real skill a lot of times just because it's always politics. It's always politics. Like we look at these players who could have had a long career, but the career got cut short for whatever reason. Being drafted to this team, being in this city, being with these people, it just all that stuff. But like, so when she said that, I just want to be known as being cold. That makes a lot of sense because I can hoop, and that's what I want the people to know me as. And that, like, all that other accolades, all that stuff don't matter because we don't know the full story behind those stuff and why it didn't work and stuff like that. So
that's important. I see that. Yeah. It's important. Like I like to have that in the background, but I don't need that to be in the foreground. Just say I'm cold, and then we're gonna back it up with all this other stuff. But I don't need you to lead with that. Just know, like, nah, it was
that's
nice.
real. That's what's funny. You talk about being nice. I used to, bro. Listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. I used to brag about you. I'm gonna give you a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little props. Whatever. But I used to brag about you a lot when I went back home to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was like, oh, Adia, she going to the league. She the nicest hooper I ever played it. We talk about a girl. See, when I tell you, I used to argue with motherfuckers about how cold women's were. And a 90%, I ain't gonna say 90, a lot of the percentage of conversation was based on how you played and how y'all played. I just knew you was going to the league forever, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I definitely was one of those type of people. You feel me? So, but anyway, man, this is my last question. This is the last question because I ain't seen you the rest of. This is the last question I'm gonna ask you based off the ones that I sent you. Okay. So let me ask you this: Do you feel like you lived out your hoop dreams? Are you satisfied?
Yeah, I told you I grew up. My hoop dream was to play in the WNBA, and I did that. My hoop dream wasn't to be the best basketball player ever. It wasn't to be like number one anything. Like my dream when I used to even just dream, because a lot of us, our dreams get lost along the way. But the fact that I even used to say that to people, I write it down on a piece of paper, and that I end up living it, even though it wasn't a long career, which I would have loved and appreciated too. But the thing that I said was to play in the WNBA, and I did that. And I played for the most premier franchise in WNBA history in the LA Sparks. So that's history. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So hey, that's real. That's real. Hey, man. All right, now look. Now these questions, I ain't seen you these later on. So you go call me. You might call me messy. I don't think it ain't gonna be too bad. It ain't bad. It ain't bad. Trust me. So this first one, you used to always tell me this. You used to always tell me, I want to see if you say the same answer. You may not remember, but this is my question. Who is the most overrated WNBA player you've ever seen people hype up?
Overrated.
Ever seen hype up. So you saying it then, so I had to say it back then, but then it's just been so many players since then. It's tough to
well, tell you, whoever you got. Whoever you got.
Overrated?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even think I got an answer for you, bro. Because I would have to start looking at stats or different stuff, and I don't got time to go into that.
You want me to tell you who used to tell me? Used to tell me all the time. Used to get mad at me. I used to be like, bro. I used to say Diana Taurasi so cold. You used to be like, bro, Diana Taurasi? She ain't even one of them. Bro. You used to be so mad at me when I used to say that.
DT was nice because I hooped. We played against Phoenix multiple times in my rookie season, so I played against DT. Okay. She's not overrated. She's number one. She's all time leading scorer.
You gotta remember though.
This was pre.
This is pre. This is
pre. All of this happening. But maybe because I ain't think she had a handle or something. I don't know. Because I grew up on NY. I grew up watching Epiphany Prince, Essence Carson's at Rutgers. I grew up watching people. My favorite player is Cynthia Cooper. So I looked at people who really could have the ball on the string and really get buckets in that way. And maybe if I did say that, I'm not agreeing that I did, but if I ever did say that, I did. It's before all the stuff had happened, and maybe because she was a guard and was getting all that notoriety. But yeah, she had no handle. But yeah, I don't remember saying it. I don't remember saying it. And I appreciate DT and all she's done for the game. So.
Yeah, clean it up. But look, I used to like Shamika Holtzclaw too. And I said Shamika Holtzclaw to you one time, and you really liked her at one point. But again, this was years ago.
Shamika was nice. But that's also vague too. That was probably when I was a bit younger. So I like Cheryl Swoops. Okay. I do like Cheryl, but I did not like Cheryl like that. Let me not say that. I meant Tina Thompson. I love when she still used to wear the red lipstick because she just made she made that shit look cool. Like she was stressful. Long career. I think she was still there when I hooped. Like she was there for that last season. I think so. She had a long career. Like you still playing when I got here. Like dang,
she was one of them.
Yeah,
that's one of them.
Originated.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was a lot of nice hoopers, but.
That's fair. Look, so this is one that they've been talking about for a while. I wanted to hear your take. Can a high school men's team beat the Olympics women's national team?
Yes. Most no. Okay. Like people assume that the guys are just really just great talented players, and maybe now these years, but. No, are there high school teams? Yes, there's high school teams. I'm sure they got 6'8", 6'7". They all dunking and jumping. Like there's certain things we can't do with that. But You talking about all the high schools across America and anywhere else? They just no, y'all cannot, not even close.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. That's kind of where we landed at. Like if you go get like Oak Hill, Mount Verdi,
Yeah, some teams I'm like, yeah, they probably can.
Yeah, those are NBA guys.
Tier.
Most of those guys, most of those guys going to the NBA, and they're like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
Some of the top, I think Asia Wilson she might be 6'4",
6'4", 6'5". Yeah, so
6'4", 6'5". So it makes sense. Okay. All right. I got one more. Well, I got a few more. Who's the better shooter, Keela Snowden or Rebecca Gray?
Keela. I only say this because I got a bigger sample size with Keela. I seen stuff with B, and B made a lot of shots because I played with Rebecca too for a season. You talking about Keela done it like all over the court, and came up clutch too in many moments too. So it's not even just shots; it's clutch shots. And also, Keela was good off the bounce. She's underrated off the bounce. The people don't really see because she was such a good shooter, but. You start falling for that tray ball and you out there closing out hard. Keela got a little 1-2. It can get by you, a little floater or whatever. So I'd say Keela.
That's real.
She was tough.
All right, this one actually just for me. Who would you rather, coaches? Coach Elsie or Coach Stack?
Probably Elsie. Stack wasn't the coach. She wasn't really the coach for that. Stack was like. He was out of
hate. That was just a little hate from me. That's all. I just happy to think that was just me. Yeah. Coach Stack couldn't stand my ass. She used to hate me in y'all practice. She couldn't stand my ass. So that was personal. That was personal for me. Here's another one. Prime Adia or Prime Ryan Howard? Who you taking?
Me.
Perfect answer.
I mean, but what's the prime? She's still in the league. She's doing her thing. So if WNBA is the prime or whatever, then cool. But you talking about college? Me.
That's fine. I was talking college. I was talking college.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking college. But you're right. When you go prime, I see what you're saying. When you say prime,
I think she was the best scorer. Oh, and that's a part of what you said earlier. You said I'm number 2 overall. I'm now 3 because Ryan came and scored, more points than me in her collegiate career. That's okay. Yeah, because I feel I'm still number 1 in steals. So I play both sides of the ball.
They still got you at number 2 on the list. Over like for total point score.
Ryan got that. I ain't knocked it. Ryan got that. She's 2.
Yeah, Ryan got 1. You got 2. Yeah. You number 2.
No. Valerie Steele's number 1.
Valerie Steele ain't on there for total points. She got points per game. Valerie Steele got points per game.
Regardless of what you look up, Valerie Steele got more points.
Valerie
Steele is there. Like she is still her.
She one of them. She is one of them.
She is. And then Ryan down, and then me number 3.
Okay.
But I'm number 1 in wins. Number 1 in wins, number 1 in steals, number 1 in lead A's, like all the other stuff. That's why I'm gonna choose me because I feel like I
catch up,
winning a bit more. So yeah, but as a talent, Ryan's different. She's 6'1". You know what I mean? 6'1", got the handle, got the third. She can shoot. Like I love watching Ryan. I'm sure I'm watching Atlanta. Watched them last year. Like so, I'm a fan and I love it. But I know who she is. But I'm gonna pick me.
And they picked up Angel Reese out there, Atlanta Dream. They might be all right.
Y'all trying to go to Atlanta. Y'all was like, what we doing? What we doing May or June? I know y'all don't see up there.
What you mean? You trying to go to Atlanta, nigga? What you mean? Right. You coming with us?
I already been. I've been to Atlanta, seen the Dream, seen Ryan play or whatever. I like the facility. So yeah, if I go again, that'll be fine too. That'll be cool. I ain't going for Angel. Like I love Angel, love everything she's doing. But if I go, I'm going for Ryan. I'm going for Kentucky team. I just to be in the A. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Hey, that's real. Hey, and y'all kind of paid the way for players like Ryan to come there. Like you and Adi, I'll say Vic, y'all kind of paid the way for that Kentucky program to be what it is. I mean, y'all they are a top 10 school now, and when it comes to women, they're top 10.
Now, because now they're getting the recruits, and it has to get the recruits until you get like a high recruit or you start winning like that. So I built the program, and so now we started getting the All-American. So the Jen O'Neal, the Denise Stallworth, the Samari Walkers, all of them started coming in after that because paved the way for them to come.
I forgot about Samari, man. But Zale, you want to ask the last question? It's a Louisville thing, man. Or you want me to do it? How you want me? You want me to do it?
What I said to you, I felt a different way, so I'm gonna let you answer because I feel like I feel like it ain't 3. You got 3 choices. I feel like it ain't.
Hold on, let me do it then. Let me do it then. Since you don't like Adia, I need you because you was there for this. Rank these 3 dances. The 3 dances. You ready? Okay. John Wall, OG Shannon, the Shizz.
Shizz. It's not even close. John Wall dance came. John Wall dance came from a Shizz.
That's what I'm saying. It's not 3 choices on there.
The Shannon was cool. Shannon was cool. And the crazy part is, I put a lot of people on to those dances when I was doing it in Midnight Madness, and I was talking about it in interviews when I had the time to talk to the ESPNs or whatever. So I was putting them on Louisville dance when my time there. But Shizz, the way it took over, and even still today, you put the Shizz on, it's gonna be people in there doing the Shizz. Now Shannon, it don't even get no play, even if you out somewhere. But yeah, easily the Shizz.
So you say, wait, so y'all saying John Wall stole the dance? Is that what y'all saying?
When they say go flex on them, that's the John Wall.
That's where it came. Yes, like so a part of the Shizz, you over here, you doing your dance, and then go flex, and we all flex. And John Wall, that's where he got it from. That flexing part, it came from that part of the Shizz. He said it back then. He gonna keep saying it.
Listen, don't fight me. Don't be
30 years later. You gotta keep talking about 30 years later. Somebody made a song because he's John Wall, but him at Midnight Madness doing that dance came from him doing part of the Shizz. So it's not even close. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, Jimmy's my boy. I love Jimmy. John Wall, shout out to John, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Teddy in the comments said, Teddy said she a damn legend. She's a damn legend. She's a true legend. That's facts, man. She one of them, man. That's all the questions I had for you, Adi. I don't want to keep you too late, bro. That was my last question. I appreciate you coming out. This was fun.
No, it definitely was fun. I definitely appreciated it. I definitely enjoyed it. Love the questions. It'd be good to talk about basketball if we was able to do it again.
You want to talk hoops? You want to talk about basketball? We can talk hoops now. I was just trying to be respectful of your time.
No, I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now. So
I just got a notification on my phone that said Tyron Stokes going to Kansas. So what's up? This is
Kansas?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Breaking news. Why you look so sad? Oh man, where you want to
go to Louisville or Kentucky? Like I wanted to see.
I thought Kentucky, but I think I don't know because they're talking about Bill Self he may not be there much longer. So he.
Dang. Okay, I ain't mad at it. Tyron Stokes gonna be one and done anyway. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah. They
probably just offering the bread. He going to the league. I talked to Tyron like 6'5", 6'6".
6'6" maybe. 6'7". He kind of tall for the position that
tall
he plays.
For the type of skills he got. He's really tall. Let me ask you this then, Adi, since you want to who you got? Who your MVP? He's 6'7", y'all. Who your MVP in NBA?
The season was just odd. I think you probably just give it to Shea, but you wish he didn't have that time where he was out, and they just kept on winning. So it's like it's beyond him. But as far as what he's doing, what he's still doing, it's like I think the only other people they talked about was maybe Joker, but I don't feel like he had one of them seasons that we seen prior to make him just be like, yeah, you the one. So if I would have given it to somebody new, of course, it would have been either Cade and what he did this season, which was crazy before he went out, and also Jaylen Brown. He was going crazy in what he did for the Celtics. So those are good ones. And then Luka too. He had good numbers, but the style of play and when they was playing, I didn't like watching the Lakers play when they was there. They was winning, but it just went for me. Like it's LeBron.
Yeah.
We used to LeBron doing more. I like it though. They winning, but Brian.
Yeah. Here's a good question. I think you could maybe answer. Can your best player? Can your best player not be a leader?
Yeah.
Like in the situation, that was the question, right? Can your best player on your team not be the leader of the team?
I put it in context. So Theo Pinson, right? Yeah, Theo Pinson said so with the Golden State Warriors, they said Draymond Green is a leader and not Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So basically, how do you feel about the star player not being the leader? Like, is it possible?
Yeah, I mean, Golden State showed you. It's definitely possible. Like he has his own leadership. He's just not the vocal leader or the person who always galvanizes the team in which they need to be, because Steph got to be Steph. Like Steph got to be locked in on doing this other stuff. We need somebody else to focus on if there's going to be shenanigans or figuring other stuff out. Now you can do both, as we see LeBron has done immaculately throughout his whole career, but you can not be the leader of your team and still win, as long as you got somebody who's willing to do that, somebody who knows the game, allows you to lead in your own way, whether that be through showing, not just always vocally, and also your performance, where you're the one who's making them shots, you're the one who's making them plays on defense when you need them. So I think
my question was really gonna be, because now we potted. My question was really gonna be about how you felt about Kevin Durant not being a leader.
I knew
Steph Curry, because I feel I think Steph Curry and Draymond Green are a unique situation. I don't think that's the norm. I think that's the outlier.
Exception, yeah.
I think typically when you are the highest paid player and you score the most points, you're typically the leader on this team. I don't think Steph Curry and them again, they're an anomaly. Kevin Durant saying that he's not a leader. I don't think that's. I think that people are allowing him to have a cop out doing that, bro. I don't like that. You can't come on a team with players. Everybody on that damn Rockets team is 5 years or less in the league.
Yeah.
You've literally been in the league 17, 18 years. Yeah. We bring you in after we trade away Dylan Brooks, who is our guy. Yeah. And you say, oh, well, I'm not replacing Dylan Brooks in that fashion. I'm not going to be a culture changer. I'm just here to score. I'm just here to hoop.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy. So,
I think with a person like Kevin Durant, just because of who he is, the magnitude of KD and his stature, that it's definitely odd to not have that in you to be the leader of the team. Like the team goes as you go. Like you're not just a very good player. You're not just a very good player. Like you one of the ones, and people even try to insert him into one of the greatest players of all time conversation. So to have that, be that, and not be that leader, I think that doesn't bode well for KD because because when we talk about his winning, the winning happened to a situation in which they had already won and they had to have a system and they have pieces. So he inserted himself just being a part. So when you're talking about being one of the greatest of all time, it's like you got to lead your team in some way to get to that point. And I don't feel like he has. He's won the Finals MVP, but he was never the leader. He just played well for a couple of series or whatever. So
I'm with you 100%. I'm with you. 100%.
I agree.
I ain't gonna keep, I ain't gonna keep bragging on KD because they get mad at me. They think I be hating, but I just don't think people see it the way I see it, and that's it. Let me ask you this because they've been asking me this. I asked y'all. They said, who would you rather? Who's a better player, Steph Curry or Allen Iverson?
They're two different players, bro.
Yes.
Like we just like Steph, how he plays the game. It's not even comparable. It's different. It's like AI used to hoop. AI was crossover, get buckets on anybody undersized. You know what I mean? Like it can score with the best of them, steals like MVP. But Steph, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He's gonna do whatever he can to get that shot. And once he get it off, it's probably gonna go in. But it also has an amazing handle too. It also can make your team better, and also can be an X factor in a way. Like, and he's efficient. Like he has been efficient. He's been inefficient because he has his volume. Yeah, he shoot, but he gets it done efficiently. Whereas Allen Iverson wasn't as much. So you just trying to depending on him to get buckets. Whereas Steph was able to play in the system and really become Steph, the one he was making 400 threes in the season. That type of guy. That takes a whole. It's a bunch of moving parts, not just Steph go out there, give me 40 every game, which AI did. So
my pop tried to paint the picture like this. He said, "Well, look, if you took away Steph Curry's shot, then would he still be a Hall of Famer?" And I said, "Well, Pops, that don't make sense." He said, "Well, they took away Allen Iverson's crossover." That's what he said. This is walk with me. They took away Allen Iverson crossover. So that big hang dribble cross, they took away his crossover, and he still found a way to become a Hall of Famer. That's why he's better than Steph Curry. And I said, Pops, saying that you go first off, if you're gonna take away his 3-point shot, I can understand. But to take away somebody's shot, that means they can't play basketball. That's not they don't even equate to the same thing.
This crossover is not comparable to Steph Curry shooting. He has an amazing crossover, but a lot of people have different crossovers and dead legs and a whole bunch of different stuff that they've mastered. But what Steph is done with his shooting, you can that's the whole being. Yeah. You can't. It's not the same. That's
and I told him this. I said, to be honest, I think Allen Iverson's mid-range is more valuable than his crossover. I think the way he shot his mid-range, his finishing ability, like Iverson was an elite scorer. Like he was a bucket. That crossover was regular. It was a right to left, bro. That crossover was regular.
He was
you can double jab somebody and get past him to that pull-up jumper, but the pull-up got to go in. So it's not about
any fast as shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah. But I told him this too. I said with Steph though, I said so if you take away his three, if you put Steph in a situation where like because essentially if you take away his three, he's playing like Rip Hamilton. He's a run behind two screens, run over here, shoot the shot. Yes, he's still a Hall of Famer. He still can shoot. He just ain't shooting a three. So Rip Hamilton is I don't know if he made the Hall of Fame. He might be. I don't know. I don't know. That Hall of Fame will get weird.
He got his jersey retired, but he ain't got no Hall of Fame.
Okay, I know Chauncey got in.
Yeah,
I didn't know if they put
Chauncey and Ben Wallace. Those are the Hall of Fame so far on the team. So
that's interesting. And they didn't pick Tayshaun. I'm surprised about that.
Tayshaun ain't got his number retired, so I don't know.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. I ain't mad at it. Who you got now? Look, Adia. Who you got winning the NBA Finals? Who you got? What's your teams coming out?
That's the crazy part because it's open. It's not even a place where you just feel comfortable with anybody. Honestly, anybody can get hot. Like your stars can have good series, but it also can have shitty series. Like we've seen Shea have shitty series, and where his points per games wasn't as great, but how good is the team? So you just Boston with JT coming back, Jason Tatum coming back. You can't because they already done it. They already did it. And he's come back. Jaylen Brown solidified himself as could be, MVP caliber. And then JT coming back and he's on a rampage. So you don't know if they keep that going, then what potentially could happen. The Knicks is very up and down. So you don't really trust them. I don't know if Atlanta. I liked Atlanta before the trade just because I felt like they could have slid in there with this season when JT was supposed to be out. And in Indiana with Halliburton was going to be out, and I feel like Trae Young, if he was still there, and because what they do to New York, I feel like they could have finessed their way if they, you never know. Then Cavs shit the bed last season, so you can't really trust them to make it be done. You know what I mean? So I was thinking like Atlanta might do something this season, but all that's changed, and then the Western Conference with Houston switching and going to, Dylan Brooks going to Phoenix and KD. It's all new. So the only thing you can just probably think they might win is somebody who's kind of already done it before. So either OKC, maybe if Denver can figure out a way to get past Minnesota, or Boston to get it done. The Spurs could, but I feel like they still got to go through their growing pains still.
Yeah. Facts. That's a fact.
So one of those three.
If the Spurs get if the Spurs get the Nuggets in this next round, it might get wicked. It might get wicked because Ant Edwards is injured. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw, he's out for 2 weeks. Ant Edwards is out for the next 2 weeks. So they gotta rely on Ayo and Julius Randle to go ahead and close out this. Jaden McDaniels. That's now people.
Yeah, I'm saying if they win, Spurs is kind of like But if the Spurs get Denver, then it's a whole nother situation. Also, it depends on Aaron Gordon and his availability, which is going to determine that stuff too. So it fluctuates too much. So many people are injured to be like this is the team that I have faith in. But I think J Dub was out or whatever too. He's hurt too. So all of it is impact. Some people say they'll win without him, but like J Dub he's a champion. He's done it before. He was kind of 1B. Well, Shea was 1. He was number 2. Chet was along that line, but he was very needed. So if you feel like you can win without him, then cool. But I think all those pieces matter when you're trying to win a championship. So
that's a fact. So let me ask you this then, Adi. If SGA wins a championship without J Dub, let's say J Dub don't come back, does that move the needle? Does that put? Listen, man, I like to get disrespectful, man. I want to move some people out the way. I want to move some people out the way where SGA winning, period. Right? Yeah. When SGA winning, period, I'm moving some people out the way. But if he win without J-Dub, shit, D-Wade. I got to move D-Wade, man. I got to move D-Wade.
Out of what? Out of the top?
I'm thinking top 25. I got D-Wade around 2018, 19, 20. So everybody, these are the names I'm thinking. You got Giannis, you got Dirk, you got D-Wade, you got maybe James Harden, depending on how you feel about James Harden. Iverson's in that area. Dirk, did I say Dirk already? I think I said Dirk.
Yeah, you said that.
And so from that 18 to 25 range, I'm looking at all them like shit. I'm cool. If SGA win a chip this year, I'm fine with his career stopping right now, and I got him in front of all of them. That's what I'm getting at.
That's what efficiency. I can see that honestly.
I think it
Wait,
it can if he wins the championship. You talking about his career stopping right now? I think because you still need to have those points and those assists and the number of playoff wins and stuff like that to help your case to go over these guys, even though your career is shorter. But if he wins now and just continues on, scoring and doing his thing and making good plays in the conversation for MVPs or all NBAs, even if it is 13. I think you can start kind of putting him over because he did it. He was the leader of the team by himself without. They got good players, but D Wade had Shaq and also LeBron. So and Shay's doing it as Shay, and Jay cool, J Dub cool, but we're not comparing them to Shaq and we're not comparing them to LeBron. And what we doing as far as having who's playing with you to get your championship. So I think it has to be considered.
I think Chet Holmgren is. Oh, go ahead. It wasn't my bad.
No, I would say when Chris Paul went to OKC with Shea, I feel like that helped Shea out a lot. Like during that, I think it was that COVID year and stuff like that. I feel like that kind of helped him be a professional. Like going from LA, Clippers trading you, they not really know what you are. And a lot of people thought Chris Paul went to OKC and they was like, oh well, this team ain't going to the playoffs. They ain't gonna do nothing. They made it to the playoffs and it shocked everybody. Then that next year, that's when SGA made that leap. And then so on, he's the player he is today. So I feel like Chris Paul kind of helped him a lot with that too. And maybe Patrick Beverly a little bit with the Clippers, but that's about it though.
Yeah, bro.
Listen,
SGA, this would be his 4th straight 30-point per game season. And then I know they get mad at me for talking efficiency, bro, but again, when you saw the 42-point game, bro, he went 15 for 18 from the floor. I was like, I'm watching the game like, bro, ain't missing. And then not even forget the missing part. We ain't got to talk about the missing. I'm talking about the effort. I don't even think y'all are making it hard on him. Like, it's like, oh, let me turn this way. Oh, you double team. I'm just turn this way and do this. I don't think the boy's sweating out there. I don't think I seen a drop of sweat on his jersey. Like it is easy, bro. That was the easiest 42 points I think I've ever seen. I ain't gonna say let me not carry it, but that was I've never seen an easy 42.
I mean, you can kind of say that honestly. It looked effortless.
That was an easy 42, bro.
Yeah.
They different now. I mean, he's a 6'6", 6'7" point guard, and so you start seeing how that impacts the game now. Like K's having his way because he got that size. So I think Shea with his size, where people wasn't even paying attention like that in college, but you can see that in college when he was at Kentucky. Like his ability, his size was going to be a very good helper for him in the league, where he don't have to go through the things that Chris Paul has to do, or all the elite guards that was around Russ or even Russ. Like he's bigger than all these guys, so it changes the whole game plan up. Who's going to check him? How he's going to do that? And having Chris Paul, I think, very early on in his career, other people like Tobias Harris, who had an amazing season that season when he was there, to help them get the wins, to get that. This is what I'm looking forward to. So
that's real. That's real. I ain't never listen. You giving Tobias Harris love Zell. I know you got to rock with that. He's shouting out the boy. He's shouting out the city. That's why I say the city, Detroit, rather.
No, but Tobias right now is a good vet, though. So, you know what I'm saying? Him still being in the league and still kind of contribute for this team, that he definitely one of the ones.
Yeah. I ain't asked you this, Adi. This is one we usually ask everybody. Who you got your GOAT, man? LeBron or Jordan?
Brian.
Okay. All right. This was a good interview.
Good.
It worked out. It worked out. Yeah, no, that worked out.
I thought he's the greatest player ever, and I think the beautiful part is like we got to witness it all. Like what we've seen with Jordan, for a lot of us, I feel like as a transition to the hoop is like you're going to see a couple games on TV whenever you can see it or however it comes to us, but we literally can watch every single one of LeBron's games, like every single one, dissect it, make it be what it be, and what he's done, and points, rebounds, assists, steals, wins, clutch points, like father, business, all this, no scandal. Like
you got to school everything.
Dude, it's like how can you not? How can you not? And we watched it. Like I feel like people tend to forget, but we was that sign said witness in Cleveland before everything happened. Mm-hmm. We was literally witnessing it. Mm-hmm. We seen it. Y'all act like y'all don't hear him coming through. Everybody, pull up jumper wet. Like he missed some shots, but it's like, come on, man. We watched this man do this. and still doing it.
They
still
took it down
doing
and put it back up.
All crazy.
2003, I was in middle school. I had my whole. You talking about me playing in middle school? LeBron was in the league. I played all through middle school. I played out through high school. I played out through college. I had a WNBA career. I've been out for 10 years, and he's still killing niggas with 20 points plus per game. What are we talking about?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta clip that. That's heavy. That's facts, though.
Hey, for real.
That's facts.
When you say it like that says everything.
And it's not like he don't have any championships. He got 4, and he got it with 3 teams. Like, come on, like the people who got 4 championships, most of them is on one team. They got a system, they got a coach, they got a familiarity, and people say he like connected up with people, but I'm just like, no, he was that man anywhere he went. It wasn't him connected. Yeah. He might want a little help, you know what I mean? Because we seen what he had. Like, y'all forgetting that we had Delonte West and Mo Williams and Virgil. Like, we seen it, we witnessed it, we was a part of it. It's like we forget because we wanted him to be perfect, but he's the closest thing to perfect as far as a basketball player that we didn't see. From the total of the whole game, not scoring. He's never led the league. He's taking shots. He's been efficient. He's been dunking on everybody. He got highlights. He got all that. It's like what you want. And he was perfect off the court, damn near. Like what y'all want? What y'all want from this man?
You talking about kind of talk,
clouds right there.
Yeah, you talking about kind of talk. He got no kickback.
Yeah,
if you really love a game of basketball, like you, I appreciate and I love Jordan for what he did and what he stood for. But you talking about what we seen with our own eyes, got to witness it during the social media era. We got to see it all. And y'all trying to act like it ain't what it is. It's not no highlights. We seen it all.
Yeah,
it's real.
Wait till his doc come out. Y'all gonna be like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh shit, I forgot about that.
On my soul,
24 parts.
On my soul, it's gonna be heavy, bro.
Man. I love it.
No, my pops used to get mad at me about the because he was like, well, LeBron left Cleveland and he get, like you said, he went and played with people. I said, Pops, you keep talking as if Cleveland was getting players to come play with him. Had they got people in the organization that was worth playing with, he would have stayed.
He would have stayed.
He took the team to the finals and was like, hey, what we doing? We can get somebody.
They said nothing.
They ain't getting. He played for 8 years, bro. He stayed there for 8 years. They act like he left in like 5. He got there in 03.
He tried to make it work.
2011.
He tried to make it work. He was like, man, y'all playing. Let me go.
Y'all ain't draft nobody, so he left. Y'all didn't trade for nobody. Y'all didn't draft nobody. What am I supposed to do? Because here's the kicker. If I don't win, y'all gonna say I ain't as great as Jordan. No way. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't matter, bro. It really
let me go
matter.
win.
People who were Jordan fans was Jordan fans. That's why I don't even really like having an argument no more about the Jordan LeBron. All the information is there. You like who you like. Like you're not gonna like this. But to act as if LeBron, if this is the last thing I'm gonna say, because I know I'm gonna get. But the last thing I'm gonna say is, if you told LeBron, "Hey, bro, all we need you to go do is score," you getting a completely different LeBron James career. That is not what he was asked of. Jordan was asked, "Hey, bro, just go out here and score." We got Scottie Pippen guarding the best player. We got Dennis Rodman in the post. We got Steve Kerr shooting the threes. We got Tony Kukoc getting us bench points. We just need you to go score. Oh shit, that's easy.
Easy.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
That's what he did. You can't have multiple seasons taking more shots than anybody in the whole league. Like they were throwing you the ball to do what you do, and then still yet, LeBron's the all-time leading scorer. So it's like, and not even just that, top 3, top 4 in assists. So it ain't even just like I'm even trying to score. Like he wasn't even initial like I need to score the ball. Like that was he wanted to get his team involved, and he still managed to score against everybody else, and he still managed to be the only person who's in that top 10, 20, whatever to be top in assists. It's like,
yeah,
that's a basketball player. What do you want somebody to do,
bro? If you listen, Adi, if you teaching player, if you gonna teach your kid how to play basketball, you gonna go show him some tape of LeBron James and say, "This is how you play basketball. This is how you go play basketball. You need to learn how to play in the post. You need to learn how to play without the ball. You need to know how to set screens. You need to know how to see the court. Like you're gonna go show him LeBron James. Let me phrase that. You should go show him LeBron James plays.
How to think the game, where to be at on defense, or your rotation, how to communicate, who to pass to, when to pass it to somebody, getting back on defense, the chase down block where he made iconic. It's like I don't get it. Right? And it's okay to not have LeBron as your favorite person, which is okay. He's my favorite, favorite hooper. But then I think it's the trashing of him and his game, what all he's done is kind of makes me like, this is odd. Like, cool, he's not your number one, but quit. Don't play in my face. My daddy always say, don't insult my intelligence. Don't play with me like we didn't get to witness this man do all this.
We seen it.
We seen it.
And see, Adia, bro, listen, y'all, this is what I'm saying. This is what I be saying. When I hate on Jordan in the context of I got him second to LeBron James. There's nobody else in this conversation. I don't put Tim Duncan or, Steph. The problem it be when when they had this conversation about Jordan and LeBron, they say LeBron is number 10 all time or number 9. And it's like, that's when you start to insult my intent. That's when the conversation becomes disrespectful.
It's like, all right, bro. You can't even entertain people like that.
They put Bill Russell, Kareem over him. I'm like,
bro. Like, come on.
Honestly,
we ain't got to do this.
You're not trustworthy. Because somebody who operates like this, when we all got to be, it's like, it's a red flag. That's a red flag. Anybody who LeBron hates is a red flag. And you need to know that. It really is. It's odd. Because we're not shitting on Jordan. We just saying we don't feel Jordan's better than LeBron, but they shit on LeBron. That's the part that's kind of like, this is nasty.
100%.
Like, no, man. And he's been perfect, essentially.
Even within this conversation we just had for 20 minutes, we didn't have no disrespect for Jordan.
Yeah.
There was no disrespect for Jordan there. All right, man, come on, man. Let's get up out of here, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Adi, but if you ever want to come on the pod and talk hoops, bro,
every Sunday.
We get on here and talk hoops, bro. But anyway, man, like I said, bro, one of the best basketball players to ever touch the University of Kentucky, man or woman, bro. Make sure you understand that because I know it's some elite men that came through there. But when you talk about it, make sure you got Adia's name in there too, because she was one of them, man. What's up, Zay? Go ahead.
I just want to give her the floor. Adia, if there's anything that you got currently, like you want to let anybody know, just like what you got going on right now.
Nothing specific like that. I am looking to not have a podcast, but have like a little show where I give people updates because I'm still kind of chill. I'm still out the way. People don't know much what I'm doing, so I'll probably give people an update once a month or once every couple weeks to just kind of follow me because I know people might think about me, but you don't see me around, so I can give you a little insight on what I'm doing in my life and stuff like that. And it'll probably be on YouTube, or I might even post on Facebook. It'll be called Audacity. Where I'm just, kind of having conversations, maybe talk sports, maybe talk being in this world as a masculine presenting woman, what I'm trying to do in the community and amongst other things, give you updates like how I was on, EJ's podcast, ELab, and just little tidbits about me. So if check out Audacity pretty soon. I'll be uploading videos. So
yeah, let me know. Let me know when you start posting that. I pub it, shout you out, share it. You feel me? It's all love. It's all love, bro. So, but anyway, man, Zell messed me up again. I want to make sure people know this. All right, when you talk about elite basketball players that went to the University of Kentucky, make sure you say Adia A1 Mathies' name. That's all I'm saying. One of the best to ever touch the program, man. But again, hey, Adia, I appreciate you coming out, bro. I'm gonna send you all these links, man. But I really do. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna hit you.
I appreciate you having me, man. This was fun.
All right, Zell, man. I'm gonna get up with y'all, man. ELab Podcast on everything. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We everywhere. ELab Podcast, bro. We out.
All right.
Yeah, bro.